Got a question for all fellow wrestling fans at the start of the show. Why should any of us, myself included, get invested in any wrestlers that this company signs when they could just decide on the whim, okay, you're cut. It doesn't matter if we've been featuring you on television prominently in storylines that some fans may like, some fans may not like. You're getting better in the ring. People are getting invested. We put a lot of money into you. Nope, 9 times out of 10, it'll just be due to budget cuts, and you're on your way, and you're on your fucking own. Go out on your own, down the only road you've ever known. And you're drifting off to be all alone. This company is so fucking hard to figure it out sometimes. I'm John Reginald with my real honest thoughts on WWE's 2022 releases round 2. Boy, NXT 2.0 has been so wildly successful, so much so that a few of the wrestlers have been featured prominently on their television program in the most recent weeks. Goodbye, that's it, you're done. What can you do? Well, what can you do for a Klondike bar? We don't know what you're going to do, but we don't need you anymore. Go off and do something else. I know the releases happen in all wrestling companies, sports franchises, sports leagues, corporate, whatever. I know people get released out of contracts and whatever it is. I get that. But some of these releases are just fucking baffling. And unfortunately, I don't think it's the end. I think we could see more this weekend. And maybe if they realize that NXT 2.0 hasn't really been working, hey, let's just release more people the fans have gotten invested in. That'll help the fucking ratings. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. Some of these people I honestly haven't heard of. That's no disrespect. These do come from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. And he tends to break a lot of news. Him, PW Insider, there's some really good sources. So anyway, let's go through the people that, no disrespect, I haven't heard of. Raylan Devin, a.k.a. Jalen Williams. Mila Molina, a.k.a. Kelly Morgan. And Sanjana George, a.k.a. Vish Kanya. I'm not familiar. I hope they all can find work. So let's go to Paige Prizavali, a.k.a. Blair Baldwin, the gorgeous blonde ref that I thought was improving quite a bit. She just worked the most recent NXT show, and she's released. Okay, here's an idea. Once her non-compete is up, bring her in AEW. That way you can have Aubrey, and you can have her. It seems like Blair was getting a whole lot better, or whatever name she's going to go by, her real name, or maybe a gimmick name, I don't know. She seemed like she was getting better. It would give them 2 women referees, since I love Aubrey, and I think that, Paige, or they might have to change her name since they have Paige Van Zandt there. But the whole point is, I think she could be a boost for AEW. I think she could. So we then go to Draco Anthony, a.k.a. Reginald Chase Cruz. Okay, they gave him vignettes and had him lose his first match. He got involved in a storyline with Joe Wayne Gacy and Harlan Myers. More on the latter later. That's hard to say. And he got beat up by Zion Quinn most recently. And that's it. Anytime they invested in him, gone, out the window. I don't know if he would have been more the mid-card, but what the fuck. Hopefully he finds work elsewhere. That's all I really have to say. It's no disrespect to some of them, but it's like, he's one where, even if I wasn't invested in him, I'm like, okay, they're going to try to feature him. Maybe he'll get better. He'll be on a losing streak. He'll, gain some steam by getting better in the ring. Nope, just out the window. He'll probably appear on Dark and Dark Elevation soon. And then we get to Dexter Loomis. Okay, he was a weird character as Sam Shaw, an even weirder character as Dexter Loomis, but has unique offense, had been in NXT for a number of years, about 3, I believe, was involved in some storylines I didn't really care about. The Way, I didn't care about that stuff, but he had some comedic timing, I guess. The stuff with Indy Hartwell wasn't for me, but he was into it. She was into it. And now I wonder what her goddamn future is going to be. I really think we're going to get more releases very soon. I hope Indy isn't one of them. But Dexter, okay, that's it. He could be somebody that could go to New Japan strong, and even if he's got to change up his gimmick a little bit, I think he could fit in there. He'd go back to Impact for a few appearances. Sure, he could go to AEW. He'd probably get lost in the shuffle, but he's a good talent. He's a good talent, even if he's got to tweak that character a little bit. He has enough of a unique moveset where I could see him getting more work. This one doesn't necessarily hurt, but it's a bit shocking because I'm like, what? What the fuck's going on? So then we go to Persia Parada. Why? You had her uproot from Australia. Apparently Dewdrop, a.k.a. Piper Nevin, helped her acclimate to, the States, moving to the States and everything, and helping her adjust. Okay, she moved from Australia and everything, uprooted, got a work visa, and nope, that's out the window. Good job there, WWE. Persia Parada was a project. She still is a project. She's obviously going to get more chances to be in wrestling, provided that her work visa holds up. Impact, AEW, appearances in AEW. I don't know where else she can necessarily appear. She could appear for Mission Pro Wrestling. They tend to feature a whole lot of women. In fact, I think they feature only women now that I think about it. But nevertheless, Persia had a great look. Hot as hell, in all honesty. But she was getting better. She obviously is a couple years away from being able to be anything hugely viable. But in tag teams and featured in short bursts, I thought she was getting better. And this one hurts a bit. This one hurts because, yeah, of course, I enjoyed looking at her. She, very fetchy. How could you not enjoy looking at her? How could you not be drawn to her because she, is tall? Death by snoo snoo. Whole point is, she is somebody that, another company should sign. Give her a shot. Whether she's going to be a world champion or not, she is somebody they could give a shot to. So, let's, oh boy. Let's just hope that Persia can land on her feet. So, Harlan Myers, a.k.a. Parker Bordeaux. I called him Harlan Myers. He actually just known as Harlan. He was teamed up with Joe Wayne Gacy. After having a pretty good look and being signed and everything, they had him shave his head. He just did silent stuff. The only good thing he did was throw down, the guy with mushrooms for brains, a.k.a. Brian Kendrick. Thank fuck. I hope we never see his fucking ass again. That's the only good thing that he did and was allowed to do. He had some matches that weren't all that great. And then, unfortunately, got released. He's young enough to where AEW could bring him in, New Japan could bring him in, Impact could bring him in. Hey, Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor. Why not bring him in and feature him there? If he still has passion for it and can get better, why the fuck not? That one was just a bit shocking because he hadn't been featured for a couple of weeks and I was like, oh, that's why. So now we go to Malcolm Bivens, a.k.a. Stokely Hathaway. Not Hadaway, what is love, baby, don't hurt me. He chose not to re-sign. Okay. I don't know what the fuck happens to Diamond Mine now. It was kind of weird that he was featured on there and then they decided not to have him talk, which maybe was a little bit of a punishment. They had Roderick Strong talk, which was a punishment on Roderick Strong because promos are not his thing. People had pitched to have the former Malcolm Bivens go to AEW, replace Smart Mark Sterling, nothing against Sterling, and manage Jade Cargill, which I think could be pretty goddamn good, and I think he would do a great fucking job there. I'm not his biggest fan, but I could absolutely see that working because he would be able to accentuate her strengths, aka her look and her presence, and hide her weaknesses, aka her in-ring work, because her in-ring work is, how shall I say it, absolute fucking dog shit. Yeah, that's what I'll just fucking say right there. But he could help their manager core there because, let's be perfectly honest, they need some better managers. Because Vicky Guerrero ain't fucking cutting it. Sterling, nothing against Sterling, but he's involved in multiple storylines. If they sent him, to other people and had Jade show up, or had Jade with the former Malcolm Bivens, I'm all for it. Then we get to Dakota Kai. I know she has a Twitch channel. Maybe they were going to call her up and she didn't want to get rid of the Twitch channel, so maybe that's why they decided to release her. I don't know. I'm just blue skying it right there. Dakota Kai was somebody who you gave her anything, regardless of how bad the storyline is. They saddled her with Hank Scorpio Gonzalez, aka, matter of fact, I didn't even give him my coat. Wow. Dakota Kai absolutely could smash an Impact. If they brought her into the Ring of Honor reboot, sure, she'd get lost in the shuffle in AEW. Though, as talent-wise, she would be a boost to them, but they don't know how to feature their women, enough of their women properly. And she will get work elsewhere. She absolutely will. I, again, don't think that this is going to be the last of the releases. And just Dakota, that's heartbreaking. Because Dakota was really fucking good. And very, very, talented in the ring. Even with this crazy character not necessarily working. It just seemed like they could have done more with some of them. They didn't give some of them a goddamn chance. And then there were some people I hadn't heard of. But the whole point is, this latest round of releases probably isn't going to be the last one. They're just going to keep bringing fresh people into NXT 2.0 and kicking people out the door after a year or two. Now, Dakota Kai was there for a while, so I'm not the most shocked that they released her, but I'm disappointed because I think she would have been able to help one of the main roster brands. Nevertheless, what are your thoughts on these releases in the comments? Please like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.